Ayebo, Ayeba, somebody call the popo. Chichi screamed over the booming speakers, laughing as she gave Fola's butt a playful smack, while Fola twerked shamelessly to the rhythm of the Afrobeats vibrating through the club. Under the strobe lights and fog of loud music, they were just two girls, letting loose on a Friday night, but their story, their bond, wasn't something the club goers could see. To the world, they were friends. To each other, they were lovers, partners, soulmates. Fola collapsed into a red velvet lodge chair, her skin glistening from sweat and excitement. She reached for a cocktail and pushed Chichi down onto her lap. "Sit here, baby. You're not going anywhere," she said, wrapping her arms possessively around her. Chichi gave that mischievous grin, the one that always made Fola's heart flutter, and turned around to kiss her deeply. Lips soft, teasing, tongues dancing. The kiss lingered, hungry and sweet. Then slowly Chichi pulled away and stood, dusting imaginary creases from her mini dress, before sitting across from Fola with crossed legs. She bit her lip, her gaze dancing between Fola's eyes and the drink. "Babe," she purred, her voice like silk sliding across velvet. "I want to tell you something." Fola leaned forward, cupping her drink with both hands, her eyes still drunk on the kiss. "What is it?" she asked, her smile soft. "I want you to marry my father," Chichi said. Fola froze, her drink paused mid-air. "What?" Chichi blinked, her expression unchanged. "I want you to marry my dad." Fola's jaw slowly unhinged as her mouth hung open in disbelief. Her drink tipped, liquid trailing down the side of the glass and spilling onto her skirt. Are you mad?" she finally gasped. "What are you even saying? Your father, who is also a pastor. What kind of sick prank is this, Chichi?" Chichi leaned forward. "I'm serious, Fola. My dad is being pressured to remarry. It's been 10 years since my mom died, and his family is on his neck. If he marries some random woman, she could have children. They will compete with me for his inheritance. But you, if you, my love, marry him, then I can trust everything will stay in the family." Fola stood up suddenly, the stool screeching. "Choma, I am 23. Your dad is pushing 47. That's almost twice my age." "I know, but he likes you already. You're beautiful, you're smart, and most importantly, you're my best friend. You wouldn't even think twice if you gave him the slightest attention." Fola's heartbeat raised. She ran her fingers through her wig, pacing. Her heels clicked angrily against the marble floors of the VIP lounge. "Do you even hear yourself? You want me to pretend to fall in love with your father? Your father, Choma, just so you can secure your inheritance?" "I'm not asking you to pretend, Fola," Chichi said, rising too, her eyes pleading. "I know you could pull it off, and once you marry him, you just live in the house, go to church, play the perfect wife, and later quietly get divorced. No drama, just secure the wealth, secure the future, our future." Fola stared at her in stone silence. Her chest tightened, her stomach churned. "What about us?" she whispered. "Do you think I want to wake up beside your dad, kiss him, pretend to love him, when my real lover is his daughter? I'm not a con artist. I'm not a gold digger." Chichi walked to her, placing a hand on her waist. "No, you're not. You're my everything. And this isn't just about the money. It's about power, security, legacy. With the money, we could start over, move abroad, do something big." Fola pulled away, blinking rapidly. "You know what I say right now? A little girl who never got over her mother's death and is terrified of losing her father's love." Chichi's face crumbled. The sparkle in her eyes dimmed. "I am scared," she admitted, her voice breaking. "But I trust you more than I trust anybody." A heavy silence fell between them. Around them, the club raked on, lights flickering, people laughing, the DJ spinning louder, but between them, everything had gone still. She sighed, her voice barely a whisper, back to Chichi. "Give me time." Chichi nodded. "Okay," she replied gently, although Fola never turned around to see the flicker of hope in her eyes. Days later, Fola arrived at Chichi's house with her weekend bag slung over her shoulder. Chichi wasn't home when Fola arrived. "Just go in," Chichi had texted. "Dad's home. He will let you in." Fola knocked, and Mr. Williams opened the door. With a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, his voice was warm, too warm. "Fola, welcome," he said, stepping aside. "Chichi said you were coming." She smiled awkwardly, clutching the handle of her bag. "Yes, sir, good evening." The house was unusually quiet. Mr. Williams didn't leave the living room like he usually did. Instead, he sat on the couch, remote in one hand, eyes flickering to her like he was sizing her up. You're growing into a fine young woman, he said. He stoned casual, but laced with something she couldn't quite place. Fola sat at the edge of a single couch, stiff. Thank you, sir. He turned off the TV. So, how's your boyfriend? The question caught her off guard. Her body tensed. My boyfriend? She repeated slowly. I don't have one, sir. Mr. Williams leaned slightly forward, resting his elbows on his knees. Why not? At your age. I married Chichi's mother when she was 25. If you don't start now, when do you plan to marry? Fola's lips parted. She wanted to say it's none of her business, but something held her back. A thick, invisible string of respect, fear, and confusion. She closed her mouth. Just then, the front door opened. Chichi's voice echoed through the house. Hi, Daddy, she called, entering the living room with a bag of groceries. She shot Fola a knowing look and grabbed her hand. Come, let's go to my room. Upstairs, the atmosphere was different, brighter, but Fola's heart was still pounding. Chichi shut the door and bounced on the bed. So? Did he say anything? Did you talk? Fola frowned. What? I told him I think you have a crush on him, Chichi said, grinning like it was the most natural thing in the world. Fola's jaw dropped. You did what? I haven't even said yes to your stupid request, Chichi. And you already went and... Babe, calm down, Chichi purred, crying towards her on the bed. Please now, just try, just once, you'll see. You're unbelievable, Fola muttered, folding her arms. Sunday morning came. By now, Fola felt like she had been dragged into a play she never auditioned for. But a part of her, she hated to admit it, was curious. Maybe it was Chichi's pressure, maybe it was something else. Maybe it was the way Mr. Williams had looked at her. That morning, Chichi clutched her stomach dramatically. I don't think I can go to church, she groaned. Fola raised a brow. What's wrong with you? Cramps, Chichi said, laying back on the bed with a slight smirk. Daddy will drive you instead. Fola's chest tightened. You planned this, didn't you? Chichi smiled innocently. Me? Plan what? The silence in the car was thick, like humid hair before rainfall. Mr. Williams drove with one hand on the wheel, the other resting beside the gear. Gospel music played softly on the radio. Fola sat stiffly, hands in her lap, heart racing. Why am I doing this? She glanced at him. From the corner of her eye, he was well dressed as always, his cologne strong, but not overwhelming. His jaw was clean-shaven, his hand steady. Her hand moved slightly, brushing his just for a second. She pretended it was accidental. He didn't flinch. He didn't speak, but she saw the slight twitch in his fingers. He noticed. Another brush, this time a little longer. Still, he said nothing. Fola swallowed hard, then turned to look out the window. Her reflection stared back at her, full of confusion. The church service ended without incident, but the tension between Fola and Mr. Williams was like an unspoken melody, low, lingering, and impossible to ignore. As they entered the house, Mr. Williams dropped his Bible on the console, and losing the style. Chichi, he called up the stairs. We're back! No response. She's still acting, Fola muttered under her breath, with a small smirk. Her nerves had somehow transformed into a strange cocktail of adrenaline and curiosity. Mr. Williams turned to her. Do you want a drink, Juice? I'll have water, sir, she said, following him to the kitchen. He poured her a glass and handed it to her, their fingers brushing once more, this time intentionally on her part. He looked at her for a bit too long. Thank you, she said, voice lower, almost playful. She took a slow sip, then placed the glass down and leaned lightly on the counter. You know, you never answered me earlier. He raised the brow. About what? Why you asked about my love life? Was that just casual curiosity or something else? Mr. Williams straightened, suddenly cautious. I'm an adult, Fola. I've seen enough to know when someone is impressionable, and you've been around us for a while. I'm not a child, sir, she replied, lifting her eyes to his. You can say what you mean. He cleared his throat and looked away. Chichi is like a sister to you, and I wouldn't want to do anything inappropriate. Fola took a step closer. But what if I wanted? He froze. She was close now. Close enough for him to smell her coconut-scented hair cream. Before he could say anything, Chichi's footstep echoed down the stairs. Daddy, she called. Mr. Williams stepped backward, adjusting his shirt collar. Yes? How was church? She asked the peer, walking towards the fridge to grab a pack of juice. Bless God, Mr. Williams responded, as he turned and left. Fola exhaled sharply, heat rising to her cheeks. Her heart was beating. She felt powerful, conflicted, excited. Thank you so much for following up with the part 2 of Lesbian by Night, Pastor Wife by Day. This story is long overdue, and as you can tell, it has nothing to do with the first part. It's just following in the same line of the story. I really appreciate you watching to this point, and please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and please tell a friend to tell a friend that we have the amazing stories on this channel. As always, I look forward to seeing your comments and seeing more of you watching my videos. Bye besties.